Have you ever felt out of place in a world that seems to value everything backward? Society sells us ideas of success and relationships that, for many, just don't make sense. It tells us to seek others' approval, fit into molds, and climb hierarchies. But what if there was a different way to live, one that goes against all of that? We explore those lesser-known truths that few dare to say out loud. Today, I'll talk about a type of man who challenges all these norms, a man who doesn't follow the path of alphas or betas, but instead walks alone, fearlessly independent, and unfazed by others' expectations. This man, the Sigma, isn't swayed by a need to belong, and this makes him powerful and enigmatic. I'll show you the traits of this man, how he thinks, how he acts, and what makes him so different. As you read, you might find you have more in common with him than you thought. I invite you to stay until the end because what you learn here might change your perspective. And if you feel this knowledge could help you live with more freedom and authenticity, I encourage you to subscribe to Sigma Male so we can keep exploring this fascinating path together. Number 1. Independence over hierarchy. Some men choose to step away from traditional social structures. While most seek to stand out, climb ranks, or be the center of attention, this particular kind of man moves in the opposite direction like a lone wolf in a jungle of social rules. His independence defies convention, which can be unsettling to many because society often instills a sense of hierarchy that feels unbreakable. Yet, this man knows that true connections aren't about titles or positions. They're about something much deeper, a personal value that few understand. This independence may seem arrogant to some, but if you look closely, you'll see it's much simpler. It's about personal freedom. Instead of spending time worrying about rankings and titles, he invests his energy in things that truly matter to him. It's as if, in his world, the rules apply to others while he follows his own compass. Imagine someone who, instead of seeking recognition on social media or at work, prefers activities that genuinely nourish his spirit, like reading, meditating, or developing personal skills. And when he's fulfilled his purpose in a situation, he simply leaves without the need for explanations. This isn't meant to offend, it's just an expression of his freedom of movement and a reminder that no one controls his decisions. Number 2. Disappearing acts. Have you ever met someone who doesn't seem to need others' validation? It's rare, isn't it? In a world where nearly everyone seeks approval, the Sigma male stands out for his disinterest in being popular or recognized. For him, true satisfaction lies in authentic connections, free from pretense. While others strive to impress, he prefers to stay in the background, observing without needing to be seen. It's not that he doesn't value people. He simply doesn't need external validation to feel complete. This detachment from popularity surprises those who don't understand his mindset. Why wouldn't he want admiration? Why avoid compliments? Because he knows that constantly seeking approval is a trap, draining energy and distracting from what truly matters. Instead of pursuing recognition, he focuses on meaningful activities that nourish his essence, not his ego. Imagine improving a skill purely for the pleasure of it, without needing others' approval. Often, he listens to superficial conversations with a slight tilt of his head, as if the words bounce off without affecting him. Not all topics deserve his attention, and rather than engage in empty dialogue, he saves his energy for exchanges that are genuinely worthwhile. Number 3. Rejection of popularity. While most people prefer to be at the center of things, actively participating in everything, the Sigma male takes a different stance. Observing more than he acts, he picks up on details others might miss. To the unaccustomed, this can seem like disinterest or lack of initiative, but his observational approach gives him a deeper understanding of the world. He speaks less to see more, gaining wisdom that others overlook. Imagine being in a meeting or group and taking on the role of observer, quietly absorbing what happens around you. You'll notice nuances, gestures, and silences others may ignore. Observing allows you to learn in a way that only patience and self-control can provide. Additionally, his ability to keep his emotions private gives him an aura of impenetrable calm. While others may react impulsively, he shields his inner self, preserving his peace and balance in a world that constantly tests emotions. Number 4. Quality relationships. One intriguing aspect of the Sigma male is his highly selective but authentic social circle. Unlike those who seek to surround themselves with many, he values the quality of relationships over quantity. His friends are few but genuine, knowing him without pretense. Every relationship in his life has purpose, built on mutual loyalty and respect, instead of attending every social event. He spends time with those who truly matter, protecting himself from superficial connections and cultivating bonds that genuinely add value to his life. Imagine how different your life could be if, instead of seeking acquaintances, you focused on deepening authentic friendships. This is the Sigma male's secret. He doesn't need a large group of friends to feel complete. He values depth over breadth. Consider identifying the relationships that genuinely add to your life, dedicating more time and attention to them. It's not about exclusion, but about choosing carefully where you invest your energy. Number 5. Emotional independence. The Sigma male's emotional independence is a defining pillar of his resilience. He has cultivated a strong inner foundation, where happiness and stability are deeply rooted within himself rather than in others' opinions or approval. By refusing to rely on external validation, he has built a calm and self-contained world that shields him from the unpredictability of others' emotions. This autonomy doesn't just make him resilient, it gives him the rare ability to face challenges with a steady mind and a clear focus. Imagine reaching a similar level of self-sufficiency where your peace of mind isn't swayed by the ever-shifting judgments of the external world, but instead comes from a well of internal strength that no one else can touch. Number 6. True freedom. For the Sigma male, freedom means more than independence. It's the power to align his actions with his values without compromise. Saying no is his way of staying true to himself. And while some might view this as stubbornness, he knows it's a form of integrity. This commitment to his own boundaries and principles is what makes his presence powerful, naturally commanding respect without him needing to seek it out. Others' opinions don't determine his course. He's clear about where he stands and firm in protecting his space. Imagine the freedom of living with that level of self-assurance, where the noise of others' expectations fades, leaving only the path that aligns with your true self. This isn't about shutting others out, it's about knowing who you are and defending that vision with quiet, unwavering strength. Number 7. Emotional self-reliance. For Sigma males, emotional self-reliance is essential. They don't depend on others to feel valued or complete, and this internal confidence allows them to navigate life without being swayed by outside opinions. Unlike those who seek constant validation, a Sigma male finds strength in his own assessment of his worth, which enables him to stay grounded regardless of praise or criticism. This self-reliance gives him resilience in relationships, allowing him to be fully present without feeling attached or dependent. He values companionship but doesn't need it to define himself, which creates a quiet but powerful air of independence. In social settings, he's comfortable being an observer, not driven by the need to be liked or noticed. Instead, his confidence and decisions are rooted in his own standards and beliefs. When challenges arise, this self-sufficiency enables him to stay steady, as he draws strength from within rather than leaning on others for support. This inner stability is not only a source of personal power, but also a form of resilience that others often find admirable and intriguing. The Sigma male's self-reliance isn't about being aloof. It's a practiced commitment to authenticity, granting him a sense of freedom that few possess. Now that you know more about the Sigma male, consider which parts of his way of life resonate with you. How many times have social pressures led you to act against your true self? Perhaps now is the time to start living more authentically, valuing quality over quantity, and prioritizing your peace and freedom. Life is too short to get lost in noise and others' expectations. If you found these insights helpful, feel free to leave a comment. If you're unsure about what to say, simply write 100% to let us know you watched until the end. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, we invite you to subscribe now and become part of our channel. Thank you for your attention. Until next time.